Today we're testing out a brand new drone, the GEPRC Cinelog 30V3 with the DJI 04 Air Unit Pro, and I also am rocking TBS Tango, always rocking Crossfire. So let's test this bad boy out and see how she works. Today we're going to be flying the GEPRC Cinelog 30V3 for the first time. Really excited about this drone. It's got the 04 Air Unit Pro, so I can use it for some streaming services and live streaming and all that good jazz. Also, I'm excited to test out the 04 to see how it compares to the GoPro. So that'll be kind of fun to see. We're going to use it in everything auto, and then we're going to go full manual, shutter speed, ND filters, the whole 9 yards, stabilization, everything. I love the lights on it. I think it's super fun and super cool. You can see it in the dark. It helps with your spotters and visual observers. We're rocking the Crossfire dual antennas with the Crossfire on the back, 3-inch prop blades. Here's where you're gonna have all of your stuff inside. So on this side, you're gonna have your SD card slot, so you can get your SD there. On the other side is when you're plug in your USB-C cable, and you're also gonna be able to bind it as well. So it's thoroughly protected. He's got some little vents on the side to help with ventilation and airflow and all that good jazz. But let's fly it, let's test it out, let's see everything, and then we'll dive a little bit more deeper into it and talk about the specs and everything else into it as well. First flight, we're gonna go just full auto everything, see how everything looks. We're gonna throw this thing into, so we'll go to our settings, camera settings. We're gonna go 16:9 for now, 4K 30, auto ISO. We'll limit to like 400 just so we can keep it nice and well. We're gonna go recording stabilization. We'll go rock steady on. Advanced camera settings. We'll go normal for now. I always turn the sharpness to low, noise reduction low. Alrighty, so let's give it a whirl. Look how clear that picture is. All right, so we got 50 megabits per second. We're rocking that. I definitely forgot to switch my mode from normal to HD, so my everything is off to the side, my battery levels, all those things. I'm locking it at 150 hertz for my Crossfire. I haven't decided if I want to go 150, so we just dropped down to about 60 link quality. I still haven't decided and figured out whether I like 150 or 50 yet. So I've been rocking 150 for my indoor drones and things that stay close range, and then 50 for like my 5-inch when I go a little bit further. So if you guys have any suggestions on what you prefer, what you think works better, let me know. Or do you guys use dynamic? I don't know, but this thing is sweet. Right now I'm rocking I think it's a 660 milliamp battery from GEPRC. And I believe it also falls under the 249 grams for the FAA. So that'll be sweet to see. But right now we're rocking, everything's fully auto. Got full auto settings, full auto rock steady, everything's full auto. But I mean, this image is just so much clearer than the 03. Like, I don't even know how to express or explain. It just is, and this drone is just out of the box. I didn't change anything. I left it how it was. The only thing I like to do is I do like to, usually for small drones like this, I will put on a throttle curve, just because if I'm going to be flying around people, I don't want that jittery bounce. Like right now I'm fluttering the throttle curve, and I like to have it right now. But flying all the way around this building, I mean, link quality is dropping to 50 right now. I'll turn that on for the next flight so you guys can see. But we can try one more. Let's go around one more time and see what it does on the goggles. But the drone flies great right now at 50 megabits. So we're officially around the building now. 42, 37, 34, 32, 31, 36, 42, 43, 41, 40, which is still pretty good. I don't ever remember, I don't remember the 03 doing that well. It felt like it always dropped more and I'd have to punch up. But this thing rips at the 660 battery. It's Whew. All right, let's land. It definitely, something about it takes longer to disarm. I don't know what it is. It's weird. But yeah, we can just turn the lights on and off with the controller, which is pretty sweet. So now let's throw in an ND filter. Let's see what that looks like. We'll go take the stabilization off. We'll compare it to what it would look like if we were to throw it into gyro flow. Throw an ND filter, try and get all that good jazz. So let's do a little comparison there. Alrighty, so we're throwing on a ND32. We'll see if that works for 4K 30. See if that allows us to get that 1/180 shutter degree. All right, so let's give it a flight, huh? All right, so now we're in the 4x3, and you guys can see what I'm seeing, my link quality, all those things. I actually don't know what is that number above my megabits per second. So I need to go back into beta flight and check that out and move some stuff around, because I don't like, see, I need to move some things around and change some stuff. So I'm wondering, because so we're get to about 40 megabits in the mid 30s. That's not terrible for around the building, but I'm wondering, since my back is kind of tilted to the building, so if I turn left a little bit, right? So now we're facing the building. Every time I do that, it does not feel good. Do I get a better link quality with my controller and my goggles a little bit, even though we're still behind? Yeah, a little bit. So I don't have my body in the way. Controller didn't drop. Whoop, tree, wasn't paying attention. Controller didn't drop as much as before, so that's good. But I mean, this thing still rips. All right, let's come over here to the bike park. Let's get a little bit of ways and see how things go. I also noticed when I got the new Nano through Crossfire, it said it was version 3, so I don't know if they came out with a new Crossfire recently. I'm very curious. Kind of wondering, do I just go to dynamic rather than locking it? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I haven't used dynamic much. I usually lock stuff out. I'd be curious what your guys' opinions are, and who uses Crossfire and their opinions on it and everything. But we're just doing some cruising. Doing some cruising, hanging out. This drone's pretty fun so far. I'm excited to use it for shoots and indoors. That's mainly what I got it for. So I can still rip fast enough to chase people if I need to, because I could lower this way more and chase people. And I can use it for streaming and things of that nature. But right now I got the 720 milliamp battery on it this time. I think the 720 might push past the 259 grams, as a 660 doesn't. I'll have to weigh that, and we will take a peek when we get back to the house. But this thing rips. Like, it would be pretty sweet, like if we were over here for the bike park and we were chasing some people biking. Alrighty. The only thing that's still weird about this drone that I haven't figured out fully is why does it disarm at such a weird, rapid, like slow pace? There's something about it that is, my other drones, they just drop. So I don't know if there's something in beta flight that I can change. If you guys have that answer, let me know as well. What I should have done is kind of a battery test, how long this battery will last. Right now we're at 4 minutes, which is pretty good. I mean, you definitely notice when you don't have a GoPro on how much longer these drones last. It's almost weird, like you're used to flying 2, 3, 4 minutes, And then you get out here and you're past the 4, 5, 6 minute mark, and sometimes I'm like, I've never flown this long. Like, you start pushing it with, you know, the GoPros on and you're going fast and all these things, and you're like, I don't even know where to fly and how to fly when I'm flying that long, because I'm not used to flying that long. It's just weird, it's different. All right, so let's disarm. There she is, GEPRC Cinelog 30 V3. We got some testing to do and some different things to check out. I think one of them is going to be, do I want to switch between 150 or 50 hertz? Do I leave it at that? Yeah, it's the Crossfire Nano RX version 3, which I don't have on my other one. So right now I've locked it at 150 hertz. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this back into the other. Let's take a peek and see. Let's compare the two and see what we got between them. Alrighty, so this is the GEPRC Cinelog 30 V3. First impressions, super fun to fly, super fast. I think there's a great opportunity to use it indoors and outdoors. I flew with multiple batteries. I've been flying with the GEPRC 660 and also the 720. I also have the Flywoo 750s that I use a lot, so I'm gonna use those. It weighs just a tad over 250 grams when you keep this action cam mount on. Once you take the action cam mount off, because this weighs 5 grams, you'll be right at that 249, 250 gram mark, so you can legally fly over people. So just make sure you take that action cam mount off, because that comes in right at that 250 gram mark. So let me show you. So basically your mount right here, like this is the black version. It's gonna come in at 4 to 5 grams right there. So right now we're at the 200 and we're at 193 grams. If you were to take the 660 battery, and that one might just be a little bit fuller right now, so take that one off. So you were to take a 660 milliamp battery, so it still says you'd be at 252 grams. I bet if you take off the ND filter, you could probably shed a little bit more weight here and there on some other things, but in theory, you should be at that 250 gram mark. I mean, you know how batteries go, they always are weighing differently depending on how charged they are and everything, so you should be able to hover right at that 250 gram mark. All in all, this drone is fun. The lights are awesome. It's gonna help with your visual observers at night. It's got the 3-inch prop blades. I'm not a huge fan of these. They kind of remind me, you know, you plug in USB-C in your SD card, it kind of reminds me of the Avata, and it's just kind of a pain. So I'm almost debating just cutting them out. I feel like they're not really needed. Like my 5-inch is open like that, and the SD card never falls out or anything. So it's like, what's the difference? Like I can just probably honestly plug in like a little USB-C port thing. They're kind of just like, they're just kind of a pain. And honestly, it might present more airflow too. So as time goes on, I might just get rid of it. So we'll see how that goes. But like even putting it in right now, like I just don't like the process. I don't like how long that takes. So we'll see how that goes. ND filter has been rocking those. I leave the GoPro action cam mount on top just for protection as of now. So we may take it off in the future, see how that goes to save more weight. Every gram counts, especially on these small drones. So we'll see how that goes, but it's a fun drone. It's a lot of fun. Hopefully any of this helped. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you guys have any tips or suggestions on how I can make my stuff better, how I can improve my link quality, my range, all those sorts of things, let me know. But yeah, it's a fun drone. We're gonna use it here coming at the end of this month for Tree Fort, and they have these 2 screens on the side of their stage where I'm gonna do some live streaming during the event so people can see what I'm seeing. So I'm very excited for that. We might even attach some stuff to it, and hopefully like a DJ or someone grabs the drone and does some cool stuff like that. So let me know if you guys have any questions, if you have any tips or suggestions on how I can make this better. So happy flying, and hopefully we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.